25 years, you have not only been my wife and mother of my children, you have been my best friend.
Something isn't right about the Obama family. For years, rumors have swirled about Barack and Michelle's marriage, about their daughter's true origins, about secrets hidden behind the perfect political image. But now something new has surfaced. The Obama sisters allegedly took a DNA test, and when the doctor saw the results, he screamed, "Get a lawyer now!" What could be so shocking, so explosive that it needed legal intervention? Were the rumors true all along? And if so, what exactly have the Obamas been hiding? Let's discover. Where do the Obamas stand now? Something isn't adding up with the Obama family. For years, they've been presented as the perfect couple. Michelle and Barack deeply in love, raising two accomplished daughters, Malia and Sasha. But now rumors are swirling that their marriage is on the rocks, with Michelle making solo appearances and Barack frequently spotted out without her. Their recent body language has raised eyebrows, and Michelle's own words have fueled speculation that things behind closed doors aren't as perfect as they seem. But what if this isn't just about a crumbling marriage? What if there's a deeper secret lurking beneath the surface, one that could explain why their daughter's origins are suddenly being questioned? Could this family scandal be the key to unraveling the shocking truth behind Malia and Sasha's real parentage? And why would a doctor of all people scream, "Get a lawyer now," after a simple DNA test? The speculation about Michelle and Barack's marriage isn't just coming from tabloids. It's based on noticeable patterns in their public behavior. Michelle has been attending high-profile events alone, raising questions about why her husband isn't by her side. At the same time, Barack has been making appearances without Michelle, spotted at events like an LA Clippers game with friends, looking completely at ease. While it's normal for couples to have separate social lives, this is the Obamas we're talking about, a couple that has been a symbol of unity and togetherness. Suddenly, they're appearing separately far more often than usual, and then there's their body language. At their last few public outings together, the chemistry between them hasn't been the same. There's a stiffness, a forced nature to their interactions that wasn't there before.
She's so good. How lucky am I to be married to Michelle Obama?
Gone are the loving glances and natural warmth that defined their earlier years. Instead, their interactions now feel off. Some analysts believe this could be a sign of growing tension, a quiet confirmation that the rumors might have some truth to them. But what if Michelle has already confirmed it without even realizing it? In her new podcast with her brother Craig Robinson, Michelle made a series of comments that many believe were thinly veiled admissions about her frustration with Barack. She joked about how he was annoying, how marriage requires an immense amount of patience, and how at times it's been a challenge to make it work. While humor is often a way to deflect real issues, people couldn't help but notice that Michelle keeps bringing up these struggles in interviews. Could it be that she's dropping hints, slowly preparing the public for what's coming next? And here's where it gets interesting. Some theorists believe that a divorce could be the missing puzzle piece in understanding why Malia and Sasha's parentage is suddenly being questioned. If a high-profile legal battle between Barack and Michelle were to happen, it would mean everything, including family history, could come under scrutiny. Divorce proceedings would likely involve financial disclosures, testimonies, and even legal documents concerning their daughters. Could it be that someone somewhere already knows what's coming, and that's why the DNA test story is suddenly gaining traction? Then there's the social media factor. Barack and Michelle have always been careful about their public image, using social media strategically to reinforce their bond. But when divorce rumors started gaining momentum, they suddenly posted overly affectionate Valentine's Day messages to each other. To some, this felt like an obvious PR move, an attempt to shut down speculation before it got out of hand. But if everything was fine, why the sudden need for damage control? And who's really writing those captions? More than a few people have suggested that their social media presence is being managed by a team specifically working to create the illusion of harmony. If a divorce is actually happening or even being considered, what would it mean for the future of the Obamas? Michelle has long been rumored as a potential presidential candidate, and some believe that if she does plan to run, separating from Barack would be a strategic move. A divorce could allow her to carve out a new political identity, free from the baggage of the Obama administration. If this is her long game, it would explain why she's been making solo appearances, increasing her media presence, and subtly distancing herself from her husband's legacy. And what about Barack? A messy public divorce could impact his standing in the Democratic Party, possibly damaging his influence and credibility. But more importantly, it could force previously private aspects of his life into the spotlight, including details about his daughters that the public was never meant to see. If divorce documents were to reference their birth, adoption, or any legal arrangements tied to their upbringing, it could validate the theories that their parentage isn't what we've been told. That leads us to the ultimate question. What would an Obama divorce really expose? Could it reveal something shocking about Malia and Sasha's origins? Could it explain why these rumors are suddenly resurfacing at this exact moment? And if that DNA test truly revealed an explosive truth, what could possibly be so damaging that a doctor's immediate response would be, "Get a lawyer now"? The wildest rumors about Malia and Sasha Obama. Something is deeply wrong with the official story of Malia and Sasha Obama. For years, whispers have surrounded the former first daughters, but now new theories, disturbing photographic evidence, and shocking revelations have resurfaced. One of the most persistent and bizarre theories about the Obama family is that Malia and Sasha are not actually their biological children. This theory hinges on a single claim, that their real parents are Anita Blanchard and Martin Nesbitt, two close friends of the Obamas. Blanchard, a well-known obstetrician, is rumored to have been the actual mother of Malia and Sasha, while Nesbitt, a businessman and longtime friend of Barack, is allegedly the father. So where did this claim come from? It began circulating in the early 2010s, but has recently resurfaced with new so-called evidence. Conspiracy theorists point to the lack of widely available baby photos of Malia and Sasha, arguing that while other first children like Chelsea Clinton or the Bush twins had childhood images released to the public, there are very few early pictures of the Obama girls. Instead, they claim the first real public images of the sisters don't appear until they were already school-aged. Then there's the doctored photo that exploded online, a manipulated image that allegedly shows Malia and Sasha posing with Blanchard and Nesbitt as a family. This image, which has been thoroughly debunked, was widely shared as proof that the Obamas had borrowed their daughters to complete their political image. The reality? Blanchard and Nesbitt have been close to the Obamas for decades, but there is no factual basis for the claim that they are Malia and Sasha's real parents. Perhaps the biggest refutation of this theory comes directly from Michelle Obama herself. In her memoir, Becoming, she openly discussed her struggles with fertility and revealed that both of her daughters were conceived through in vitro fertilization, IVF. This fact alone debunks the idea that the Obamas secretly adopted their daughters. Michelle described undergoing painful treatments and the emotional toll it took on her before successfully becoming pregnant. But of course, conspiracy theorists have a counter argument for that too. Some claim this was just a convenient story added later to shut down rumors. This theory fits into a larger pattern of misinformation that has long surrounded the Obamas, particularly the false claim that Barack himself was not born in the United States. The so-called birther conspiracy, which falsely alleged that Obama was born in Kenya, was pushed by right-wing figures for years, despite overwhelming evidence proving he was born in Hawaii. The same tactics are now being applied to his daughters, suggesting that their birth records were forged, that official documents don't exist, or that their real origins are being deliberately concealed. But what about an even stranger claim that Malia and Sasha were never actually children at all? This bizarre internet theory suggests that because there are so few baby photos of them, they must have been placed into the Obama family at a later age. The idea is that Malia and Sasha's existence as infants and toddlers was fabricated, and they were introduced to the public only when they were old enough to be believable as the Obama's children. At first glance, this sounds absolutely ridiculous until you realize that some conspiracy theorists have gone to extreme lengths to prove it. People have compared childhood photos of the Obama daughters to see if their appearances remain consistent, looking for signs of tampering or inconsistencies. Others have pointed to the way the Obama family handled public appearances, noting that in their earliest years in the White House, the girls were often shielded from the press, unlike past first kids.
Finally tonight, Malia and Sasha Obama are now 14 and 11, growing up so fast.
But there's a simple explanation for all of this. Barack and Michelle were deliberate about protecting their daughter's privacy, knowing that growing up in the White House would make them the subject of intense public scrutiny. Unlike previous political families, the Obamas made a conscious choice to release fewer childhood images, limit media access, and keep their daughters as far away from political attacks as possible. Still, some theorists take it even further, suggesting that Malia and Sasha were selected to play a specific role, part of an elite grooming process. This leads directly into one of the most bizarre and unsettling conspiracy theories of them all, the idea that the Obama daughters are part of an Illuminati bloodline. This theory suggests that Malia and Sasha were not randomly born to Michelle and Barack, but were chosen as part of a larger hidden agenda. The claim that powerful political families like the Obamas, the Bushes, and the Clintons are actually controlled by an elite network that carefully selects, raises, and trains the next generation of leaders. According to this theory, Malia and Sasha have been groomed for years, carefully shielded from normal public life, and prepared for future influence in ways we can't yet fully understand. The so-called evidence behind this theory ranges from completely absurd to oddly specific. Some claim that Malia and Sasha's academic and career paths have been preordained, placing them in positions of influence that were never truly earned but orchestrated by powerful forces. Others look at small details, like Malia's internship at the Weinstein Company or her connection to Hollywood elites, as proof that she is being placed in strategic positions for a reason. This theory is rooted in a larger belief that world leaders are not chosen by the people, but rather cultivated by an unseen force that controls governments, media, and even entertainment. It ties into decades-old ideas about the Illuminati, secret societies, and dynastic rule, blending paranoia with real-world observations in a way that makes it difficult to fully disprove to those who already believe. Some conspiracy theories simply sound so outrageous that they're easy to dismiss until you start connecting the dots. Why have rumors about Malia and Sasha Obama's parentage refused to die down despite years of debunking? And why are they re-emerging now, at the exact same time as the biggest Obama-related scandal in years? Whispers that Barack and Michelle's marriage is falling apart? These two seemingly unrelated narratives are now becoming intertwined, with some theorists suggesting that the real reason behind the Obamas' rumored divorce isn't personal differences, but something much bigger, a long hidden truth about their family that's on the verge of being exposed. That the timing of everything only makes these questions more pressing. Barack's solo outings, Michelle's cryptic statements about her marriage, the way their public interactions have noticeably shifted, and now the return of the same conspiracy theories about Malia and Sasha that many believed had been buried years ago. Are we really supposed to believe that all of this is just a coincidence? And then there's the ultimate chilling question. What if this isn't just about a marriage falling apart? What if the reason these rumors are exploding now is because something is about to be revealed? Something so shocking, so legally and politically dangerous that the Obamas have no choice but to prepare for the fallout. If that's the case, then the biggest question remains, what's coming next? Where do the Obamas stand now? Barack Obama might not be in the White House anymore, but make no mistake, his influence hasn't faded. If anything, is stronger than ever, just hidden behind the scenes. Some say he's simply a former president enjoying post office life, but others insist he's the man truly running the show from the shadows. His fingerprints are all over the Biden administration, and his name still carries enormous power in the Democratic Party. But here's the real question. Does Barack Obama ever really stop being a leader? Or is he still calling the shots, shaping the party's future, and positioning someone unexpected for 2028, maybe even someone from his own family? The evidence of Barack's continued influence is undeniable. Biden has made no secret of the fact that he still consults Obama regularly. They've held private meetings at key moments, and Biden himself has called Barack his closest friend. But it's not just the occasional phone call. Obama has been quietly involved in shaping the Democratic Party's strategy for the future. He's hosted secretive meetings with party leaders, held fundraisers for specific candidates, and offered endorsements that can make or break campaigns. Unlike other former presidents who step out of politics entirely, Obama still seems to be operating as a kingmaker, carefully maneuvering behind the scenes. But why does this matter? Because as 2024 looms, there's increasing speculation that Biden may not be the Democrats' strongest option. His approval ratings have struggled, and concerns over his age aren't going away. Some within the party are already looking ahead to 2028, wondering if Biden's time in power will be cut short, or if he'll step aside for a stronger candidate. And this is where Barack's influence could become even more important. If the Democratic Party starts scrambling for a new leader, who do you think they'll turn to for guidance? And what if Barack already has a candidate in mind? That brings us to Michelle. For years, Michelle Obama has dismissed the idea of running for office. She said she hates politics, she's claimed she has no interest in being president, and she's insisted that her public work is strictly activism, not a stepping stone to a campaign. But her actions tell a slightly different story. Michelle is everywhere. She's making high-profile media appearances, running voter registration campaigns, and expanding her influence in the cultural space. She's launched a podcast, produced documentaries, and written best-selling books that position her as one of the most respected public figures in the country. And unlike most politicians, she's incredibly popular. Polls consistently show that if she ran, she'd instantly become the Democratic frontrunner. So why does Michelle insist she won't run? Some believe she's waiting for the perfect moment, like running for president isn't just about political ambition. It's about timing, public demand, and the right circumstances. If Biden doesn't run in 2028, or if the party is desperate for a fresh face, Michelle could be their best option. And what if Barack is already laying the groundwork for her behind the scenes? What if everything she's doing now, her public outreach, her media empire, her voter engagement, is all part of a longer strategy? Then there's another theory that Michelle doesn't want the job, but someone else in the family does. Because while the Obamas might not call themselves a political dynasty, they are one. And if history has taught us anything, it's that political families rarely stop at one generation. Which brings us to Malia and Sasha. Could the next Obama to enter politics be one of them? Malia has taken a very different path from her parents, choosing to enter the film industry instead of politics. She's been working as a screenwriter, even earning a spot in Donald Glover's production company. But here's where it gets interesting. Some believe that Malia's Hollywood career is actually a strategic move. The entertainment industry has become a major force in shaping public opinion, and many politicians have used media as a launching pad for influence. Ronald Reagan was an actor before he became president. Donald Trump built his political career off reality TV. Could Malia be doing something similar, gaining cultural power before stepping into a larger public role? And then there's Sasha, who has stayed almost completely out of the spotlight. Unlike Malia, she hasn't pursued a high-profile career, and she rarely makes public appearances. But in a way that makes her even more interesting. Some theorists believe that Sasha is the real wild card, the one being groomed for a future in politics. By keeping a low profile now, she avoids the scrutiny that would come with an early political career. But once the timing is right, could she step into a leadership role much like younger members of the Kennedy and Bush families did? The idea of a second-generation Obama entering politics isn't far-fetched. America has a history of political dynasties. The Kennedys, the Bushes, the Clintons, all of them produce multiple generations of politicians. Once a family reaches a certain level of power, the pressure to continue that legacy is enormous. Could we be looking at a future where Malia or Sasha is running for office, backed by the full force of the Obama political machine? Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the next video for more exciting content.